As you can see, we're back again. It's your boy Coach Low for Life, aka the Camp King, and we about to put it down to the funky sound backed up by your boy James Brown. There's only one way to do it and to do it right. With your boy Coach Low for Life, aka the Camp King. I hope y'all ready to go in the corner. I'm about ready to go in the corner. I'm about ready to go in the coach's corner. And not only I'm going to go in the coach's corner, I'm also going to wrap it up right with the high school, wrap it up at the very end. And I got my boy coming on with me, and he's coming on right. All right, my boy Coach Cat could not get it done this time. He always doing the big, got big things going. It's okay. Cause my man coming on me, I'm gonna leave it a surprise for y'all, right? Because he's coming in and he's gonna wrap it up with me for the last part of the segment today. Now, I had a very busy day today. I'm talking about from work all the way to FB. Let me get two claps in a FB. Oh, I was doing that right there today. I'm talking about FBU National Championship today was on point. It was a little controlled chaos now, little controlled chaos, but we did hit the ground running today. I think we hit probably about 100 and about five athletes there today. 25 of our kids had all-star games, or football games or playoff games today, and some of them win, some lose, but hope all of them came out with a victory. But the rest of them was there. Some of the best athletes in Central Florida from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade playing in Central Florida represent FBU to go down there and try to compete for a national championship. Only a few people get a chance to be a national champion. Everybody can be a national champion. Go around your school and talk to all different sports. Ask them, have you ever won a national championship? Have you ever even won a state championship? There's some things you're going to be able to put on your resume that you're going to be able to take with you for the rest of your life. Wouldn't it be amazing if you can sit down and talk to your kids one day and say, I'm a state champion. I'm a national champion. We went undefeated. We were on the best team in the area. Only a few can brag like that. I've been coaching since 1991. And I only won one national championship. One that with the Pioneer Troll 2003. One football national championship, 15 and 0. And know what? It's hard to do. It's hard to be a national champion multiple times. I was looking at the offer letter that Notre Dame sent to my son, Low Wood Jr., back in January 23rd, 2009, and it said they won 11 national championships, 7 Heisman Trophy winner, 181 All-American, 42 academic All-American, 29 bowl game, 205 consecutive home seasons. I'm talking about, look at the accolades that one college did. Man, only a few can say that. Alabama can say it. Michigan probably can say it. Couple of schools, Miami Hurricane. Question is, can you say it? Can you say you was a state champion? Can you say that you was an All-American? Can you say you was a national champion? Like I said, only a few can say it. But you know what? I have some guys coming on today on the Coach's Corner. And like I said, we're going to do the high school wrap-up. They coming on with your boy, Coach Low for Life, a.k.a. the Camp King. And we also on live on Sports Club Florida, brought to you by my boy, Mr. Right Choice, because we make the right choice and we pick the right kid. Then come on, the Coach's Corner. I got, man, coming up right now. A lot of times you give a lot of love to a lot of people on the field. A lot of people on the field get the glory. They get the glory, right? But who don't get the glory is the trenches. The trenches never get the glory. And it's interesting that the trenches is the one that make it happen. Let me tell you something. Just nothing can be done without the trenches. Nothing can be done without the trenches. I always tell my guy, he score, we score. He tackle, we tackle. So when he's scoring them touchdowns, guess what? Somebody had to block. When he got that sack or interception, some interception, somebody had to put the pressure on the quarterback. Trenches is the answer, is the key. The non-glorified position, but that's the hog, the dog, the grind mentality. The ones that don't want them, they don't know the love and the glory. All they want to know is they did their job to protect the quarterback to help the team win. And I got right now coming on right now. Here's my man coming on. His man is Deuce Forrester. He's right at Windermere High School. He won a top lineman, class of 2026. grinder, hard worker. Deuce, man, a lot of tension going, action going on, hard working, looking like that guy. Deuce, what's going on?
What's up, Coach Low? How are you?
Man, I'm chilling like a million trying to get a billion. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Yes,
doing
sir.
over here, baby. And listen, I know you heard it. I know you're hearing, you came in on it, and you heard me talking about it. And I like to get right into it because people don't understand that being in the trenches is the ultimate key for a quarterback. It's what make everything move. Everybody said you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a team. But if you ain't got no line, no trenches, I don't care how good he is, he's gonna be running for his life. But
Absolutely.
you the guy that sit right there and protect that quarterback in the trenches. I mean, what's the reasoning? It's, why you want to be in a non-glorified position. Why you want to be out there in the grit and grind. Every single play you have to hit and hit and hit and kick. Why, Deuce? Tell us why.
Well, there's really one reason: the physicality. You get to be physical. You get to lay out your anger. I guess not anger, but aggression. And maybe other people don't glorify it as much, but I myself take deep pride and deep, I guess you could say, care into like the actions I do. You're able to understand other people, other offensive linemen, and just appreciate them and their behavior. So
Yeah, well, that's a great way to put it. I don't think I could have put it no better than that right there because like people need to hear that. They need to hear that it's okay to get down there, put your fingers in that ground. It's okay to compete and be physical. Let me tell you something. I go way back with my son who actually played cornerback, but when he first started playing football, we put him at D tackle. Most kids that played for me back in the day in their youth football, we put him at D tackle. Right, the first time, learn the game, understand the game, or we might put him at offensive line. Learn the game, know the basic fundamentals of football. Now you get to respect football, earn the glory, and earn that chance when all of a sudden your body developed. Now you're a linebacker. Do you feel like playing O line that you learn the game more and you know more about football now that you playing down there with your hands in the ground?
absolutely, you have to learn defensive fronts, 3-4s, 5-2, 4-3. You have to learn those fronts. You have to learn linebackers. You have to learn what D line are doing. But while you have to learn the blocking for those defensive schemes, you also learn what your running back's doing, what your quarterback's doing, how much time you need for your quarterback, what lanes your running back needs. You understand all of football while playing in the trenches, and I think that's the beauty of it.
And now they were talking to a couple of coaches, and they're watching your film and just talking to even your coach on your staff. They was talking about how how smart you are down there in the trenches, right? So you have to be not just mentally strong, physically strong, but you have to be academically strong. And when you're down there in the trenches, because you got to understand the game, it's not just putting your hand in the ground. I got him and you got him. There's a science and a technique and a strategy by being down in the trench. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, sir, absolutely. For example, our last game we played, they blitzed a lot off the edge. They'd come in from the corners, they come in from inside linebackers and outside linebackers, and you have to be able to pick that up. So you have to study film. You have to know what they're going to do. You have to read their movements, and then you have to adjust your own movements mid play sometimes to make up for those late blitzers, those edge rushers that are stunting in. So you just got to pick up all that stuff.
Right. So that's probably another reason why once a lot of guys get up to older in the age and they playing O line, they still big guys. They like, I don't know, I don't know if I want to deal with all that. That's a lot of work. Not only is a lot of work, when you're on the field, it's also harder work off the field. Hard work equals fun, but ain't no fun in losing. And there's no such thing as no off season. Your off season workout is very, very important when they get ready to go into the season itself because it take that hard work, not just in the classroom, but speed, agility, technique, all that. They're running heels, lifting weights, especially for alignment. What that regiment looks like when it comes down to your off season training.
Well, during the off season, we're trying to work as much as we can together, build that strength, build that community between the O line, even the D line. You want your trenches to stay together, work together. You want to keep each other accountable. So, kind of the culture we built, we'll practice pretty much every day. We'll do stuff afterwards, do stuff on the weekends, but we want to be together, build up each other, expand on our own skills, and just push each other.
Well, that's real huge right there because it's all about, like I said, of course, when once you get to college, you still have to work together. College is becoming very individualized now. Everybody want to get their own way, their own money. It's a business, yeah. But you still have to get to that point. And right now, high school still allow you to be a team, work together, chemistry, industry, a team camaraderie. It still gives you a chance to have that bond. I remember you guys came over to train with us at Excel Speed, and you guys was, together. I'm like, wow, 4 or 5 guys from one program right here training. Now that's not nothing new for me. I get that all for years, but to see that group come in and work and train, introduce them to a different type of training, you got embraced it. You embraced that training, something totally different. I remember you were telling me one day, wow, you got to come to train with X Burn, baby Burn. You be at work, at school, just thinking about it. What was that all
Absolutely.
about?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's some days on that ride over there, I was getting a little nervous, just knowing the work you had. But hey, it was good work. Got me faster, got me more agile,
well,
keep me
that's
on my
what I.
feet.
Yeah, well, especially when you got to compete every time. If you could think about it, you had to competing with, 4-star, 5-star Gavin Nix. You had to compete with the running back from Edgewater, Josh Perry. You got Samaj Fleming. And I didn't care, right? It was like line up because if you could compete with some guys that are running sub tens in 100 meter, and you compete back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it makes a difference. And now that competing paid off. Here you go. Here you go, undefeated season, Windermere, independent division, but playing against teams that's no different than who Apopka played in their season over the 10, 15, 20 years. No difference. You still got to line up, play the game, whether this team is the top team or average team or whatever. It don't matter. You line up and play. You got lined up, change the whole culture at Windermere. Here it is, undefeated, champions, right? Guys, how was that journey?
I mean, we were manifesting it since before the season started. Our goal, we wanted to focus on every week, but the ultimate goal was to go 10-0. We
Right.
had the confidence in ourselves that we could beat every team. The problem, there wasn't a problem, but adversity. You'll face adversity no matter who you're going against. All right, you could go against the best teams in the country, the worst teams in the country. It doesn't matter. You'll still face adversity. So we faced adversity several times, but our ability to get through that and push through that helped us get that 10-0, 10-0 record.
Well, that's going. That's good. Now tell us about it. You're class 2026. Yeah, you got another year to give a shot to go. Tell about your journey, your recruiting journey. We going. What's going on? I know that I see the posts and the Twitters. I like when people asking questions. How's that journey going this year?
Um, to be honest, it's going pretty slowly, but I'm still active, like you said, on Twitter. I'm posting on Instagram. I have updated huddle links, huddle highlights. Um, I'm pretty much ready to play anywhere that wants me. Um, yeah, I'm a good student, good football player. I'd say good kid. So
No doubt. Well, for those that do not know, Deuce hardworking, great character, leader on the team, class 2026, offensive guard and offensive tackle, sitting at 6'3", 280 pounds right now, solid and can move them feet, holding at a nice whopping. I'm not talking about a double Big Mac. I'm talking about a chicken double Big Mac at a 4.92 weighted GPA. Boom.
yes,
So you
sir.
want, and so we that's what they want. Smart, intelligent guy that can move around the line. Heck, I know quite sure they put you at center. You can do that job too, without a doubt. I know you can. And
Absolutely,
right, well, know what? Film don't lie. When all said and done, it come down to film and it come down to grades. And you have the film, you got the grades, you got the side, you got the work ethic. You're on a winning team. And I know right now, the guys that's on my Facebook, that we take this and put on YouTube and market and put it out there, they're gonna recognize. So I will be making sure that they know who Deuce Force is at Windermere. And thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you so
and,
much, Coach.
and hey, I hope to see you guys in the off season. Burn, baby, burn.
All right. Burn, baby, burn.
Y'all heard it right there. The big man himself holding a Whopper Chicken Double Big Mac at a 4.92. I know y'all like that, but guess what? He's good. He's good. But man, let me tell you, the reason why they doing what they did, because he was up front in the trenches and somebody was in the back letting it rip all day long. And this man got coming right now. If he wasn't doing nothing there, he definitely was letting it rip coming up. This man here, Jack Riley. I'm talking about quarterback. And then I say, you might don't know his name, but I bet you know his name now. This right here, one of the top quarterbacks, in my opinion, or just the stats don't lie. When all said and done, when they line it up, it don't matter. Independent, large class, or not, it don't matter. Jack is throwing that ball, whipping it all around the field. ATC, he controls the airway, air traffic control. Jack, that's the man coming up next right now. What's going on, Jack?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Oh, man, like I said, man, I'm just here just mentioning setting the platform, setting the stage, making sure you guys get opportunity, let people know who you are, what you're doing, what's going on. Because sometimes when you're at a certain school, you kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. But here's Jack, here's what can't get lost in the shuffle. A quarterback that's have thrown. My number might be off. 1,912 yards, 24 touchdowns, undefeated season, playing against large class football. You can't hide that, Jack.
No, sir.
You can't hide
It's
that.
actually 25 too after last night or 2 nights ago.
I told you I might be a little God almighty, man.
Yeah.
So tell me, listen, tell the people about yourself, because I like I say, it came out of nowhere. I mean, I was talking to Stabby Masek last week, and he had 7,500 yards, and he's still, all the years, and people are like, wow, who is that? Because sometimes you get overshadowed in that quarterback war. It's only one quarterback per team when all is said and done. And you got the big guy, the big recruits here and there, but all of a sudden, when Mr. Right Choice go in and do his homework, that's my man that running Sports Club Florida. When he go do his homework, he be like, wait a minute, who's this kid? Whoa, wait a minute. All of a sudden, when we start putting our rank, I'm like, whoa, we need to talk about this kid. And that's why I'm glad that Sports Club Florida is setting the platform for guys like you. Tell us, man, quarterback, what's going on out there, Windermere, and how's that season going for you?
Well, firstly, I just want to say thank you for letting me on this show. It's an honor to be able to talk. And really, I want to give all the credit to, our O-line and our defense. Our defense has been incredible this year. They've held, I don't know what the average is, but at most, not even more than 8 points a game. I couldn't. But they've been unstoppable. My dad said it a lot. They bend, but they do not break. And, they made an incredible stop last Friday in overtime on the 5-yard line to be able to give our offense a chance to go in. So first, shout out to the defense. They've been incredible all year. Coach Campbell's run a great defensive team, and just cannot say enough about them. And then, nextly, the O-line, they're the reason I've been able to, put up these numbers, these points, stats. Without them, without Deuce, who's just on here, without all those guys up front, I wouldn't be able to do my job. They are a great group of men, a group of 5. We've been banged up. Some of them have been banged up, a couple of injuries, but, the next guy's been able to step up and be able to, make the play and give me the time to be able to make my plays. And, then it goes to receivers too. We have a great receiving core, and, every guy is special in their own way to be able to make the play down the field and every way possible.
Well, man, that speaks volume right there. I mean, great shout out to your coaches that put it together and had a strategic plan to make things happen over at Windermere to set the tone, bring the winning ways to the Wolverine, bring the winning ways to Windermere. I mean, and they definitely brought it with a quarterback like you for class of 2025, sitting at 6'2", right good side, sitting at 200 pounds, and another whopping chicken double Big Mac, 4.49 GPA. with a high of 1310 SAT, National Honor Society. I'm talking about it get no better than that. And here's what's crazy. I don't think people know. You played it with the Midwest Boom, yeah?
Yes,
What's
sir, I
that?
do.
Yeah, no, them. I mean, I know a lot about that. You know, I was one of the original guy with Pylon and a lot of them guys, where the case might be, back in the day for since 14, 15 years now. We're the first
Wow.
original program. Yeah, a long time. So I'm quite sure I see you out there on the circuit and everything too. And it helps, so especially a quarterback playing 7-on-7. And quarterbacks, this is what great thing about 7-on-7. It's a advantage for the receivers and the quarterback, of course, because it can translate to the field and pass if you're doing all your technique, everything correctly. Well, evidently, it did work for you right now with the type of yards that you have. Right now, you jumped out of there. It's 2025 class that you're in. Tough out there. Only one quarterback can go. What's going on with the recruiting process for you right now? And I'm quite sure that there's something going on. People say, "Hey, I need this guy. Prototype, size, height, weight, grades, character, winner." Talk to us about that recruiting process. How's it going for you?
Right now, just waiting for my opportunity. I bet on myself. I'm a resilient player. I think I'm going to be a huge steal, especially this late in the recruiting process. And I think I'll make a great addition for any team, whoever decides to take me. All I need is just that chance to be able to, show myself off. And I believe I can do whatever it takes. Just like I said, right now we're just kind of waiting, and whenever the time comes, I'll be ready. I'll be ready no matter what, and no matter what situation I get put in, I'll always find a way through. Like I said, I'm a very resilient person, and I'm gonna make it work.
Well, I tell you one thing about colleges: the colleges will find winners. They will
Yes.
find winners. If you can line up in one game and complete 17 out of 21 throw at 81% and a .272 APR per yard and 4 touchdowns in one game, that's a winner. That's my winner stats. So if a coach looking for a winner, they have the stats, they have the grade, they have the character, then Jack, you the guy, you the answer for them. And here's what I do know from watching your film, watching your highlights, and calling my guy, right? So I called my boy, up there at Ball State, my real good friend. I said, "Hey man, listen, break him down. You know what I mean? Break him down. Tell me what your thought." He said, "Where he been at?" I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Where he been?" He said, "Guy that got this type of stat, and they never say, Jack, here's what they don't say. Here's what they don't say. What school he at? Who they play? They don't say that. Hey, it doesn't matter, because proof is in the pudding. Same teams you got to play. It's the same team that play all the top teams for 10, 20 years. So it doesn't matter about that. If you can line up, you put your pants on, put their pants on, large class, let's play football. No if and buts about it. So, hey, I just tell you, keep on rocking. We'll keep on pushing it. We're trying to set the platform for people for guys just like you. You are the pinnacle of our platform for Sports Club Florida. Why? Because all the stats don't lie, height don't lie, size don't lie, period. And you got it, man. So I'm gonna push this out. Anything I can do here, and try to make sure you find a home, because winners need to be playing football in college. A lot of schools out there, hey man, good luck. Sometimes you got to start small and move up. Sometimes you go big time. However, you only can get one scholarship, and the opportunity is key, Jack. So listen, undefeated season, huh? Undefeated season behind a great trench line, a great quarterback throwing 1,900 yards. Anything you want to say to anybody out there?
Hey, just watch out for me. I'm coming. I believe it. I've been training with D1 QBs for a long time. Up in Chicago, I trained with J.J. McCarthy and Jack Lausch, who's now started at Northwestern, and I believe I can sling it just as well as any one of them. So just be ready.
Well,
And
you're in
thank
the
you for
right. You're definitely in the right company, because you're in the same company, because you do train with BT RU QB training, Balin. He does a great job moving all these guys
definitely.
around and get them in the right place and being in the right company. They know that you always gonna be training with some of the top guy. The crazy part is, now they know you is that guy. So hey, congratulations
Oh yeah,
again, man.
Jalen's a great.
No doubt. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. Good luck, man, and keep
Thank
on
you.
working. You will be rewarded. Just hang in there. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. You have a great night. Thank you for your time.
No doubt. Y'all heard it right there from Jack Riley right there. Came in 1,900 yards. Y'all say what you want to say. You say what you want to say. You can brag about all the other quarterbacks out there and more props to them. Hey, I keep it real. I'm going to keep it raw. I'm going to keep it straight on the Coach's Corner with your boy, Mr. Right Choice on Sports Club Florida. Because here's why I tell you this right here. You never know who's watching. You never know. It's crazy. It's the second week in a row we'll have quarterbacks on the show that's breaking records, and they doing it their part. But that's why we set this platform so people can know. I mean, when you got 5,000 followers on Facebook, another 40,000 on Instagram, and another 50,000 on TikTok, and another 20,000 on Twitter, and you got connection with 2,000 coaches, this is the platform we set you on right here. It's that simple. Well, know what? You heard about the offense. You heard about the trenches. You heard about the quarterback. Well, I got somebody you have not heard about because you probably don't recognize certain things. We talked about one of the top linebackers or D tackle DN and Michael McClennan at Ocoee. He just got made Sports Center. This guy made a lot. But guess what? There's people that, because you don't, sometimes we get blinded from what's going on in the area. We look at only the top school, but you'll be surprised that where kids at school, they like, wow, where he came from? Well, who is that kid? It doesn't matter sometimes. Go where you have an opportunity. Go where you can get on the field and be successful. You can go everywhere you want to go with a whole bunch of guys just like you, or you could go make a name and make guys become just like you. And this kid right here definitely did that right there. He took this he took it by the horn. I'm talking about this kid here, Danny Bradley, took it by horn at Windermere, right? He stayed the course. He stayed in the system. He stayed with one of the top coaches around, my guy, Jeremy Campbell, put the defense together. And you heard what Jack said. They came through for the team. Defense win game. Offense score touchdowns. Bradley. Danny Bradley. Man, that's the guy. Danny, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. Now, they got Danny, but then I see Daniel. Which one you go by?
I go by Danny on the field. My family call me Daniel.
Oh, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that right there. But they know who you are when you're on the field, when you're taking them quarterbacks down, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I know that for sure, man. Man, listen, I'm so glad to have you coming on the show. You know, because I got a rich history, right? My history and my background is working with guys like Warren Sapp, right? I mean, that you know who that is, right? That's a Hall of Famer, right? Cal Wilbur, 10 years with the Dallas Cowboys, right? Tyler Davis, Clemson on to the Rams, right? You talking about Jalen from God Almighty, from Georgia Bulldog, from Pollard to Georgia Bulldog. These guys, I know guys. I know Norrell Pollard, right? I know these guys that made it, but these guys work hard in the trenches. They eat nails. So I tell them, there's a hammer and there's a nail, and these guys are hammer. My question to you is, are you a hammer or are you a nail? Which one is it?
I'm a hammer, man.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna say you a sludge hammer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, that's the mindset. That's the mindset of a D tackle. Get after it, get after it, get past the big holes, make a play, use the technique, and do something great. Because if you can make a second offensive line by tackle for a loss or a sack, the game changes. Yes?
Right.
So when you're in a game, this is that question for you. When you in the game and you lined up and you got your opponent, what's your mindset right there when you get in there? What's the thought process? I mean, Dan is down there in the trenches. He got these big guys in front of him. He got a team behind him. He got to help the defensive back. What's your mindset when that ball snapped? Tell me.
It start with the assignment, right? You got your assignment. You got to focus on your assignment, and then it's just straight to practice. Like what you practice how you play. So you in front of a dummy, you play him like a dummy. So just like that.
Huh. I like that. That's interesting. Now that's a good concept. I might need to put that on a billboard. You practice with a dummy, so you're playing like a dummy. Boy, I'm gonna steal that. Now, if I get rich off that one right there, I'm gonna send you a check. I got you. I got you. But listen, I don't think people even know right now, if I'm correct, you're sitting at on 14 sacks.
Yes, sir.
Wow, 14 sacks in high school. 14 sacks. That's a lot. That's a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
sacks. But see, if I go right now and do the stats, and you're gonna be in the top. You're gonna be in the top just like anybody else in Central Florida, or maybe the state of
Yeah.
Florida sitting at 14 sack. See, this is what people
Yeah.
understand that when it don't matter. You could go to anywhere you want to go, but when all is said and done, why not let people rise up to where you at? Why not you be the one that pulled them up? Because anybody that can make 14 sack, you can play any school you want to. But instead, here you is at a program that gets on your back that you can step up and win game and get coached up by one of the best defensive coordinators out there. Tell me about that thought process there when you lined up with your coach and your player playing D tackle at Windermere.
So it started in the summer, right? Transferring from Windermere Prep, we had a decent program, decent coaches over there. And then just started developing in the summer. And I spoke to Coach Smith, and he let me know what it was. Like they was trying to come after everybody's throat, step on everybody. So we just worked, kept at it, and then just started the foundation, kept building up from that.
Well, there it is right there. So, right. I like what you said, too. I like how you said it right there. Started the foundation, built up from that to the foundation from the bottom up. And I'm going to say, an opportunity to go to Windermere and make a difference, make a change, right there. Now, you're saying, I want people, the other guys, I kind of like broke down their stats and talked about them, but I like to have guys that kind of, tell people who they are. So, I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer the question. You ready? Here we go. How tall are you?
6'4",
How much you weigh?
240,
What class? When you graduate?
25,
What's your GPA?
3.3.
And why should college take you right now? Why should they take that, Danny? Why should they take you?
Hey, cut the motor don't stop.
The motor don't stop. I like that right there. The
Yes,
motor
sir.
don't stop. That
Yes,
is
sir.
crazy. And I like that you gave them stats right on point because that's definitely right. Y'all hear it right here, class 2025. My man sitting at DN and he played tight end. So let's flip the script a little bit now because
Yes,
if
sir.
I was just talking to this coach and we were talking about that. Like, man, you got a DN and you got a tight end. You got a wide receiver play cornerback, O line, D line. You able to transition and flip over to tight end. Now the question: are you a blocking tight end or are you a catching tight end or are you both?
Just give me the opportunity, I'll make a play.
Okay, it's
You know,
definitely
I
is,
can
right?
block, I can catch the ball. Just my assignment.
Right. So it don't matter how they do it, how they look at it. You can catch the ball, you can block, you can play D end, you can do it all on a high level. Most people don't do that when we're talking about a large class football. Like you're talking about maybe down at, like you said, Windermere Prep or at CFCA or the Mass Academy, you can play 3-4 position. But going to places
Yeah,
like Windermere and West Orange and Ocoee and Colonia, all that, you might be just locked in at one position. But to be
yeah,
able to be talented enough to line up on both sides of the ball, sitting at the height that you're sitting at, and being able to show that the coach that you're a multi guy, that you can play both position, it gets no better than that. Question is, where you want to play at in college?
So for right now, I want to stay somewhere around the South, close to home. Looking at LSU, Howard. So around there, if I
Yeah,
get,
but well, that's good. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I say, playing at a Power Four school or playing at a school to give you an opportunity to start somewhere, to move up and do your thing.
right,
It's 2025, but here's what's crazy. I told people once, and I'm gonna tell you again: if you're good enough, they will find you as long as
right,
you're getting put out there. And with Coach Ricky Smith, what he's doing, putting you guys out there, the marketing is great for Windermere. You got the Twitter rolling. You're on the
yep,
platform. When they call when University of Clemson call, they're gonna call alumni. Right? And when they call, that's Jeremy Campbell. And then when they call Ricky Smith, he was at Dr. Phillip, and they produce more NFL and college guys in the business around here. So you got the right tool behind you. I know they
right,
setting the platform. I like the relationship that we have, and I just want to be the
sir.
one to let people know who you are because I don't know if they know, but if they don't know, they will
They
know
don't
because
know. I don't think they know.
But they're gonna know because I'm about to take it right
Yes,
here
sir.
and put it on my Twitter with my 20,000 followers, and we finna let people wake up and smell the
Yes,
coffee
sir.
because there's a beast in the building. You heard?
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, man. Good luck, man. Hey, keep on working, keep on grinding, keep on pumping that Twitter out there, man. And we're gonna put it together, and so we can try to find you guys a great home. But I got no doubt that they're gonna come find greatness. So keep up the good work. Thank you for coming
Yes,
on the
sir.
show, man, and good
I
luck the rest
appreciate
of
it.
it. No doubt.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all heard it right there. Man, I'm telling you right now, stop chasing an image and go where it's authentic. Chasing. Sometimes you get sit back. I had a parent came in today. Yeah, man, coach, the team my son left, they went to won the darn championship. We over here won 2 games. Hey, don't chase an image. Stay with what's authentic. Because you could be the one that set the tone, that changed the narrative, that changed the game. It's that simple. And right now, my man coming on who's going to help me wrap this thing up and give y'all some insight and talk about some high school stuff and talk about the change they had right there at Windermere High School. It's my man. We've been together for a while. I'm talking about you're talking about years and years of coaching together, training together, doing LPU camps together. Any camp I do, he's right there with me. Not only that, he was the defensive coordinator for the Freshman All-American Bowl. Played at the University of Clemson, a straight alumni, head coach at Central Florida Christian Academy, undefeated season, if and busted by. You can't take away greatness, no matter how you look at it. Set the tone, made a change, went over to Windermere High School right now with Coach Ricky Smith, set the tone on defense, shut it down to be an undefeated team. My man, Jeremy Campbell, Coach, what's going on?
What's going on, Lo? How we doing, boss?
Oh man, life is great, man. I like it every time we talk. I like how you said, "How we doing, boss?" you, you always made that boss up there. I love it too, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Always support me and represent anything I'm doing. All I gotta do is make a call. Hey, I need you on the show. I need you on the show. Or I need you to come coach. I need you to come
Absolutely.
train.
That's what we do, man. Since day one. You've been riding with me since day one, Lo. So whatever you need, I'm here.
Well, listen. Well, right now, you're there for me, but I'm just glad to see. Let's start talking about me and you on this one right here. We got to talk about what you did to go over there to Windermere on the defense side of the ball and change the culture and change the game and go undefeated. What was the mindset when you went over there? Because I know when you got there, you were like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" And now here that we saying, "Yeah, what's up?" No, whole different attitude, whole different mindset. The kids are happy, they're excited,
Right.
they're winning. I mean, what was? How do you transition that? How do you prepare yourself for the challenge going from small CFCA to a big school like Windermere High School? Tell us about it,
Right.
Coach.
First thing, man, God is good, Lo. He doesn't put anything on us that we can't take on, that we can't handle. And so when I got to Windermere, man, it was just the grind mentality. The mindset that I had at CFCA, it didn't change. It's just amplified because I have more opportunities. I have more kids to impact and to pour into. And I had a staff around me with Coach Smith, put a great staff around me to help me do those things, man. And it's just like the other kids said, we just grinded. We grinded in spring, we grinded in the summer, we grinded in camp. And the dividends paid out in this past season. I was listening to Jack give a shout out to the defense and how we played, but it's easy to play defense when them boys lighting up on the offensive side. But to correct one thing that he said, we gave up 6.7 points per game this year, and so it's just the mindset, the bend but don't break mentality. One thing that I instilled in them this year was, man, turnovers, and not just turning the ball over, but scoring on those turnovers. And I think we had 3 or 4 pick sixes this year. We had tons of fumbles, tons of recoveries, and so we kept grinding, and took it one game at a time. We were a 1-0 mentality throughout the whole season. That's something that Coach Smith really echoed on, not looking forward, not getting too high, not getting too low, just being where your feet are, being in the moment. And I think that we did that well this year. And as you say, the proof is in the pudding with our record and how we finished the season.
Well, you're right, and everyone talking too. It's interesting. I was talking about this with Mr. Wright Choice, and we are talking about how out of nowhere, here come another undefeated team. And the first thing I did was, how do I compare this to UCF, the year they went undefeated, right, in a whole nother division, and whatever case might be, and they didn't really get the recognition. And when I look back now, you guys are undefeated in the independent division, playing the teams that everybody played in a regular season 5, 10, 20 years. Don't matter how you look at it. And you come back and be undefeated and win that from last year's record to now. And it don't really matter at this point. It don't matter what it is or where you're at or what division. You're undefeated for a reason. You put your cleats on just like they put their cleats on. You line up and play just like they line up and play. Y'all are undefeated for a reason. You play football. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And I was so excited to see, like, Orlando Sentinel recognize that. I see people talking about it. The Twitter is buzzing now. Let me tell you what Ricky Smith have done along with you, Coach A. You guys have made other athletes in other schools say, wait a minute. If I can make a change, start chasing all this crap, start chasing something that don't need to be chased, and let's win for our kids. Let's get them a different mindset when they leave here, that they left here as a winner, no matter if it's what level. So is that that's what I'm getting when I talk to you and I'm hearing what you're saying? Was that the focus point of going to the independent league and getting out here and getting kids a chance? They're winning, they're doing well, they're getting exposed, they're getting a lot of attention, invited to camps and all this stuff there. Was that one of the attentions?
100%, though, and I go back to my experience at CFCA. In order to build a program, you have to be successful. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter where you are or what schedule you play. Success is success, and success is winning. And so, Coach Smith and I, we talk all the time about, how do we, keep the kids in our zone at Windermere? Because there's talent all in the community. But the talent is just dispersed throughout other places because Windermere hasn't been successful in the past. Well, that's changed now, and so our mindset, man, is we're trying to be the best that we can be each and every day. We're going to recruit our hallways, and like we've done this year. I mean, some of our guys that are making plays for us were in the hallways that didn't even play last year, right? And so it's just about relationship building and being able to relate to students and players and parents and administration, and it's just all of us being on one accord at the school makes the football piece that much easier. And like I said, I can't give Coach Smith enough credit, man, for the staff that he put around us, and his mindset, his mantras, his vision it played out tenfold this year.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you're right about that. His vision have came to light, no ifs, ands, buts about him, along with everybody not buying in, they have bought in. And that's what the key to it. They have bought in to the vision of Coach Smith and what you guys were doing over there at Windermere, and having that great season, undefeated season. I mean, you get to hold the trophy up just like everybody get to hold their trophy up. It don't matter. Ain't no different. You hold your Dr. Phil hold up the shield. Edgewater hold up the crate. Y'all hold up the trophy. Everybody hold up something. So it doesn't matter. You're a champion, you're a champion, you're a district champion, you're a district champion. You're always gonna be able to take that with you. It's on your resume. It's on your resume. They just want to see, are you a winner? Are you a champion? What's that mentality you have? And is it a winning ways? Because nowadays, winning ways is the key. I mean, I look at a guy like Cam Ward. He got passed over from here. He went here, this Florida State, now he at Miami, throwing 51 points, 48-something points a game. He had to win it, the winning ways, no matter where. People are, why they keep picking these guys up? Because they're winners. They have a winning ways. And that's what y'all had definitely created at Windermere Prep. So thank you for coming on the show. But now I just want to tap in a little bit. My boy, Mr. Wright Choice, came on Sports Club Florida. So, Coach, look like Coach got a question for you. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, can you hear me? Because I wasn't going to talk, but you said a couple of things I want to ask you about. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. I wanted to ask one thing. I know you guys are undefeated. Undefeated is undefeated. It don't matter who you play. Just in my opinion, it's hard to go undefeated it don't matter what league you in. It's just not something easy. One thing you said that I really liked was you looked at every week at it was 1-0. I like that a lot because you said that you didn't want to look forward, and I think a lot of times teams get complacent in that and thinking that they're bigger than what they are, depending on what, no matter what the team is. Because a team could be 0-10 or it could be 1-10. You can get beat any day. It doesn't matter if you don't have your A game, if you don't have your mindset right. So the question I have for you is, who is your leader on defense?
So we got a couple of them, to be honest. We just heard from one of them right before me, Danny Bradley, a defensive end for us. He's a gamer. I think looking at the stats, I think he's in the top, at least top 5 in the state in sacks. And then an unsung hero that we have in our linebacker core is Jairo. He's one of my will linebackers. He played safety for me last year. Just a savant of the game, and he's really taking that coaching on the field role. Getting us in and out of checks and getting us in right positions. And so those two are, I would say, two of our leaders defensively.
Okay, who's your leader on offense?
Jack Riley.
Quarterback. Okay. I figured it's usually always a quarterback. I just want to just ask that question. And the reason I want to ask that question is me being around football these last couple of years, like getting more into it, I noticed that teams play better when you identify a leader that can be the coach on the field, that can tell the team, let's huddle up without the coaches to direct them, to get them in place, to if a player mess up, don't worry about it, get back on the field, make it up on the next play. And that's why I want to ask you that particular question there.
Absolutely, man. You can't you're not successful without leaders. Whether it's offensively, defensively, and even special teams. You have to have players who are committed to however many snaps they're on the field. And you have to have, Dion says dogs and leaders, but you have to have alphas, right? And, those two are definitely alphas for us. And we got some young ones coming up too that's going to fill those roles as well.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, man, congratulations to you going undefeated. Like I said earlier, man, people talk saying, I like to be always honest. Y'all didn't play a good schedule like anybody else, but at the end of the day, I'll tell you, are y'all undefeated?
Absolutely.
What's your schedule look like? It doesn't matter at the end of the day, because could you go undefeated in that situation? Because sometimes you can have a great team, but if you don't have the mindset, you don't have the coaching staff, because you say you had a great coaching staff, if you don't have them key components, it don't matter how great your team is if y'all don't all play as one.
Absolutely.
You don't all play as one, and people don't understand that. Football is a team sport. It's not individualized. So if you're not playing as one, if you're not playing as unison, if you don't have your leaders, how can you go undefeated?
Absolutely, man. You hit it right on the head. For people that say that to me, I look at them and I just say it is what it is. We played everybody on our schedule just like they played everybody on their schedule. Our records, we're undefeated at 10-0, and their records, it is what it is on their end. There's no shame, no slouts, no
Well, let's put it like
get
this.
back. It is what it is.
Well, if you was 0-10, I guess what they'll say then.
Exactly.
Well, you supposed to win no games. Well, they won all the games, and y'all still complaining. So
exactly. Hey, listen, I learned something a long time ago, man. I learned something a long time ago. My dad always tell me, you're never going to please everyone. So our focus and mindset is the people in our building, in our locker room, and that's all we care about.
And another thing too as well, if ain't nobody complaining, ain't doing something right. So people talking, so that means y'all doing something right.
Amen to that one, bro.
Y'all in the conversation, so it is what it is. You can say whoever they want to play, but you got Windermere coming out your mouth, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Regardless whatever that conversation is, Windermere coming out. But man, most success to you guys. I'm pretty sure who y'all playing in the playoffs? Y'all know that
We're
yet?
not. It's still up in the air. Yep.
Yeah, same way of us too, is where I'm at. Okay, then. Well, much success to you guys. I'll let you and Coach Lowe get back on. But I want to ask them questions. You said some key things to me, but y'all two get going. Don't let Coach Lowe talk you to death.
Listen, Low long-winded. He always has been.
Now it's all good, man. Like I say, you get a chance to bring it back, to give it to the youth, the community of Central Florida, J man. And like I say, from FBU camp that we work together, to U athlete camp we work together, to Under Armour, to a freshman All-American bowl, you end up becoming the defensive coordinator, you deputy linebacker coach, and you set the tone, you step up every time, every platform, which is great. And people don't even know you played at University of Clemson, right? So you bring a lot to the community, a lot to Central Florida, And I know them kids are just ecstatic to have you right there with them each day in the weight room, on the field, and off the field from them. And there's a lot of other schools right there got a lot of great coaches, but I mean, shout out to Windermere. Want to set the tone, put them on the platform, get the kids some recognition, right? And I know a lot of coaches now are going to be coming right on over there because they do look for winners when they're doing their recruiting. When you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now listen, a lot of top 10, a lot of schools around here that doing pretty good also in their own form, right? We always ask the question, should we put this team in our top 10? We go by who's undefeated, who's not, but we talked about it. No matter what division, it's time to put them boys in the top 10. But I just want to ask a question. You got Jones High School out there that's playing a heck of a football. They whooped up the top teams around, and what the case might be, that this is a year for Jones. They're doing some great things. They're winning when they're supposed to win. And I know you probably don't pay attention a lot, but everybody's a coach is a coach. On that level of Jones High School, and what's your thoughts about them, this year and just who they've been playing? You've seen their record. Is it the year for Jones to be a state champion?
If not now, then when? They're doing everything right on the field, man. They're playing well. They're playing together, right? They're playing for one another. They are explosive on offense. They are, they are stingy on defense. They're playing the caliber that they, the schools that need to play to get them playoff ready. I think they really do have a chance to really bring it home and represent Central Florida this year.
Well, man, I just want to point it out to them since they are number one. They've been number one all year, alone in our top 10 also too. We had a lot of big games this week, man. Wow, do you see that? You have had Boone and Edgewater had a game and fighting for that. That's that rivalry, right? You had y'all against Horizon, right? A quick rivalry there. You had West Storm Valley and Dr. Phillip, Apaka at Wekiva. Them rivals are still there. Tradition is still there. Whether the team is down or up, the case might be. And they're always good, hard game because I'm keeping it real. All right, I thought Horizon was not a good team. I think they're like 1-8. When I heard that y'all almost lost, I'm like, what is going on? But that's what, rivalry is rivalry,
Listen, those rivalry games, man, you throw the records out the window. It's all in that moment. Those kids, as in any other rivalry, those kids have been growing up together. The difference with Windermere and Horizon is they were all one team at one point, in high school before the split. And so, that thing was definitely intense. But yeah, it was a lot of good games this weekend. The rivalry weekend was definitely in effect in Central Florida.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things also going on too. I just wanted to throw some things out there too. Them the big 3 games that was going on, a lot of rivalry games. You got the top 10 going on in the area. Y'all had a big showing. I mean, it's amazing what winning does. Everybody talk about you all over Twitter, y'all on the social media and everything. It brings a lot of attention to the school and to the players and for their recruiting and all, and so we definitely need that there because recruiting is very hard now. It's tough. It used to be back in the day, you're good enough, they'll find you. Then it came to, you got to put your film and CDs out. Then it came to social media. Now it's going to NIL. Are we going in the right direction for our youth athletes or our kids? A guy that want to play in college football, are we going in the right direction, to your opinion?
I think
you went through it.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it. I think that the NIL deal is making it tough for student athletes to stay successful if they don't have early success on the field. But the biggest thing with high school recruiting is the portal, right? And so the transfer portal is making it hard. And so my advice to these high school kids is when you get a committable, we got to go, right? The waiting to see if something bigger and better comes, if you are, not those 5-star highly taught guys, we gotta go and we gotta strike while the iron's hot. And I think that's the biggest thing that some people are missing the boat on. We're still trying to, wait it out and wait for a better offer to come. I mean, I take it back to when I was at CFCA. I had Jalen Acevedo and Justin Priester, 2 guys who I thought and people thought were, Power 5 at the time, but Power 4 now, athletes. Jalen ended up going to the Navy, and he's being successful there, and Justin Priester is at the Citadel. But I say that to say those guys, they didn't wait, right? And they took what was in front of them, and they're successful because of it. The portal, man, it's just everybody's going in because they're in a win now mentality. People aren't trying to develop at the next level. So these athletes have to do everything they can to go into the situations polished and ready to go, and to put their best foot forward. I think that's kind of where we're headed, and where we, from as far as recruiting goes.
Hey, real
Go ahead,
quick,
man. Go ahead.
what year you was at Clemson?
I was there from 06 to 10. I came
Okay,
in
then.
with C.J. Spiller and Sapp and Jacoby Ford and those guys.
Okay, you was there that time. I didn't know if you was there after that. My boy I played with, Todd Bates. He used to be the coach defense at Clemson. I wasn't sure. That's why I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, he came after me.
Yeah.
Okay, then I figured that.
Well, I tell you one thing, and you're right about everything you said was very powerful and very strong. I hope people that's online is take advantage of it and listening to it, whatever the case might be. We just try to set the platform for people to hear from other coaches that have been around, I'm saying, especially going from CFCA, having guys that, still end up going to college from a school in that level. Now, here it is, we don't open up the door. But here's what's crazy. From CFCA to Windermere Prep, Windermere High School, you're winning. You're undefeated here. Y'all undefeated there with Coach Ricky Smith. Ricky Smith coming from Dr. Phil, undercover Coach Rodney Well. That's a winning way. He is a state champion coach. You know what I mean? So
Right.
when you have somebody like him and you guys tied together like a match made in heaven, now the kids got the opportunity. So maybe, hey, they got some hope. They got some hope now. You know what I mean? They could
Absolutely.
they got some hope, because I was telling Deuce, they want winners. And y'all
Right.
winning.
Success breeds more success. From my time at CFCA and the foundation that Coach Smith laid at Windermere before I got there, and his time with DP under Wells, success breeds success. And I think that, the guys that we have returning is they're locked in, right? They're locked in, and then they're ready to go. And like you said, they're gonna come. Recruiters are coming because they want winners, and we won. You look at our schedule. We won every game that's on our schedule, and the guys who are being recruited they put up ungodly numbers. You know what I mean?
Hey.
And so the film don't lie. And listen, Windermere is one of the best academic schools in the county. So the film don't lie, and the education is going to be there. So recruiters are coming.
Well, I tell you one thing, I'm going to close it with this right here. I can remember back when I was training and coaching, and shout out to Ricky Smith that sent all their boys to train with Excel Speed Burn, Baby Burn, because we've been around together since I was training the Dr. Phillip athletes too. So it's awesome when he was there and we all worked together. And I remember I got old videos when Ricky was doing a drill with the guy and coaching and training. So, it was like, but then about it, he was surrounded with like 3 first-round draft pick, Clinton, Dick, Carl Joseph, all Madam Malone, everybody was in there. So you know what you get when you get a head coach like that there. And a lot of other great head coaches out there too, but definitely shout out to Ricky. But I still go back into when I went to Lake Highland Prep. And back then there was just regular private school, but they found a group, they did the same thing. They brought in another coach, they brought in some guys, and that year they won. Back then when Jones was kind of going through their transition, winning, losing, they were winning. And they end up putting this in school 4 or 5 Power Fives. It was crazy. Landon went to Penn State. They had Ellis Marta went to UConn. They had Blake Froman went to Vanderbilt. Right, they had Taylor Richard went to Illinois. So they had kids, and this is a small little private school. Wasn't like no St. Thomas or no big school. This is a little school. Why did they come to that school? Because you said it yourself. Academic, winning. They were coached up, and they was ready to go. No ifs and buts about it. So shout out to you, Coach. My boy, man. I'm glad you came on the show to represent your boy, Coach Low for Life, a.k.a. the Cap King. You already know.
Camp King, baby.
Yeah, that's right. But hey, listen, Sports Club Florida brought to you right here. You got my boy coming on. Coach, I appreciate you coming on the show. And hey, listen, thank you again. We can't wait till the all season. We got some work to do, so get ready to travel. Put your boots on, get the backpack on, because we're going to get on this plane a little bit and ride out. Get these boys right in the off season. That's another great thing. I'm excited about that too. So we're excited about that there, man. So thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Burn, baby, burn.
Hey, y'all heard it right there, man. Y'all heard it right there, my boy, Coach Jeremy Campbell on Sports Club Florida. Y'all got a double whammy today. A double whammy. You got the Coach's Corner with Coach Lowe, and you got the high school wrap up. I had my special guest on there, Jeremy Campbell. He had his players on there. You got winners tonight. You got winners. So take this video, show it to your youth kid, and parents recognize this is not about going to chasing the image. It's about being what it's authentic. It's in the Bible, baby, and nothing gonna change. Don't chase it. Let it come to you. This your boy Coach O for life, and we'll see you next Sunday night in High School Wrap Up and Coach's Corner.